The corporations have not yet won.
Community still exists in small tucked-away areas not often talked about.
Artists and businesses beginning to thrive in places thought to be defeated.
Dave, I like to call him David Francis.
And I, Tom Maslowski,
are here to give you a glimpse of what's going down in downtown J-Town.
We're going to be interviewing all of our favorite musicians,
Artists and business owners
that give every ounce of themselves into what they do.
And we are back at Third City Sound for episode 29. What's up, Dave?
Hey, Tom. Notice I didn't do the count off this time.
What do you mean by that?
I didn't count it down.
I can count myself, you know.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to surprise you with a theme song.
I'm pretty good at counting. I just want that to be a known thing that I can count.
Feels good to be back on a Monday.
Yeah, Monday night, except there's all this crazy construction noise going on outside right now.
Yeah, I'm going to do what I can to fix it in post. This one will be a little bit of editing.
So just know that the sound craziness outside is not us.
It's the construction in downtown.
It's the construction.
In downtown J-Town.
Because they're just making it better all the time.
That's what we're trying to do.
They're getting there, man. We're getting there.
We're trying to make downtown J-Town better.
And we have actually a really special show tonight. We had a couple guys reach out to us that have just gotten a show at the Forge this Friday. We have with us in the studio Joliet locals, Prison City Brigade. What's up, guys?
Not much, you?
What is up?
We have Eddie and Rob.
What's up?
First one's off our first album, War on Boredom. It's called Mixed Signals.
Nice.
Thank you.
And that one, that album came out, you said, in March?
Actually, right on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Now, how long have you guys been a band? I know you said there was a bunch of changes that you've gone through.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of lineup changes. The band's actually been around since officially 2015, I believe.
That was 2014.
It's one of those 2 years.
Time flies, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah. I started it with a few buddies who weren't, well, the drummer didn't last but one show at the time. that was bad. Then another drummer, Jeremy DeGangi, and then Matt Twardy, who was his cousin, they joined. And then there was some falling out between the bassist and I due to stupid decisions on his part. And which caused tension between the other members. The other members left at that point, which Rob took over on bass and then moved to Florida a few months later. And yeah, there's been, many lineup changes.
So now, how long have you been doing this? So you said there was a whole bunch of, like, was 2015 when Rob joined, or was that just the entire thing started then?
Actually, no, it was 2014 when I joined.
Yeah, so 2014 might have actually been the first year. The problem is, it's like I'm trying to remember. Actually, no, 2014 was the first year because this is year 3.
The first PCB show officially was at Q Bar in Darien, and I remember because like that show was the day that me and a few friends got back from Mardi Gras.
Oh, nice. So you were all over the place. Florida, Louisiana?
Yeah. Well, I've been to 45 states.
Oh, nice. I'm a little jealous because I've been to like 4.
Yeah.
So.
That's what happens when you're an over-the-road truck driver.
Yeah. Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
So now how do you find time to play and rehearse and do all this craziness?
Now I'm local. Like, once I moved back from Florida last November, I went to local, but I was able to stay with the same company. So now I'm home every day. Every once in a while, I just got to stay out overnight, but it doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, that would be really intense. I don't know if I can handle just being like in a truck all day, every day.
Yeah.
Lot lizards.
Is it a little insane?
A lot lizards. The days really start to run together because it was like, wake up, drive, maybe do a pickup, maybe do a delivery, get stuck in traffic somewhere, park, go to sleep, wake up, do it all over again.
That would be nuts. I could not do that. I mean, going on the road to play shows is something different. At least you're like talking to people and you're doing something, you're playing, you're out there, which is also intense and grueling, but man, just chilling by yourself, like at the wheel. I drove home from Arizona and my wife and I decided, you know what? Let's not take our time. Let's just get home as soon as we can. Like, yeah, why not? Yeah. So we did a 14-hour day.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to lose my mind. And that was probably a regular thing for you then, right, Rob?
Well, actually, legally, I can only do 11 hours a day.
Only 11.
Yeah.
It's still insane.
Yeah.
11 is still insane. Now, Eddie, what do you do for a living then?
Right now I'm working at Amazon. Originally I was driving a tow truck.
So you guys, that's like the theme for you guys.
Yeah.
Now, how did you guys meet? Is it like from school, mutual friend?
We met on the short bus in junior high.
Nice. And you guys are from Joliet, obviously, Prison City Brigade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you guys been playing music together since that time? Or, I mean, just like kind of on and off?
Actually, this is the first band we've been in together.
No, because I was always more into metal, and he was always more into punk, so we just never jammed together.
Sure.
Until they needed a bassist, and I had gone to like a local punk show at the Donut.
Oh,
and I was
nice.
like, that was actually a lot of fun. And he was like, you want to play bass? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's the common theme on the show. No matter what style of music, like we've had bluegrass guys come in. Most of us started off in either metal or punk. It's like the best like feeling, like right when you start playing, it's like not cool to sound like anything else. You're supposed to sound weird and like it's the best place to start, I think.
That's like the other members. Brandon, our guitarist, who's been around the longest technically when you go into members besides myself. He's been more into like thrash and the older stuff like that. Andrew's more of a hard rock drummer, like Avenged Sevenfold, and actually he says that's one of his bands that he does like.
Speaking my language.
And then I'll say you've known Tom longer than I have, who's our other guitarist.
Yeah, I've known Tom since I was 14. I've been playing music with him like longer than anybody.
So now how did you start playing music? Were you always a bassist?
Yeah, basically, like I was 14, like, and it was the day that I met Tom, who's our other guitarist. And like he had a band with his brother and this one dude that I knew since when I was in 7th grade named Alex, who plays guitar for the band Supremacy now.
Okay.
And he was like, "Hey, do you want to be our bassist?" And I was like, "I don't know how to play bass." He's like, I'll teach you. It's easy." And I was like, "I don't have a bass." He's like, "I'll sell you mine." I'm like, "Okay." And then like he showed me how to read tabs and showed me the riff on Smoke on the Water, and
there it is.
Just was self-taught since then.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's the official first song for everyone, right? Smoke on the Water.
It was that, Iron Man by Black Sabbath, Seven Nation Army by White Stripes.
Holy crap, you're like, I'm a music teacher, and that is exactly the first 3 songs in order that I teach them in.
Yeah.
Like in order, actually. That's awesome. What about you, Eddie?
I started playing in bands about 10 years ago. I was just a singer. I got my first guitar as a Christmas present in 7th grade. Never really picked it up after my mom broke up with the guy she was dating at the time. And then one day I was bored, started looking up guitar tabs, and the first song I learned was Scream by Misfits.
Not Smoke on the Water.
I didn't learn Smoke on the Water actually until about 2 years ago.
Misfits are awesome, though, man. And actually, I didn't really discover how cool the Misfits were for quite a while, actually. I was always a Cliff Burton fan.
Yeah.
That was my deal. That was my guy right there.
Yeah, me too.
He always had a Misfits shirt on, and I still didn't even check him out. What were you going to say something, Rob?
Yeah, I actually went to Rye-Fest last year to see Misfits with Danzig.
Nice.
And like
I didn't.
I heard that was a crazy experience.
It was cool. Like I was never really into the Misfits that much, but like I know a few of their songs and I like them.
Yeah.
But I've never like dug deep in their discography like as much as he has. But I had the like one of our buddies that lives in Montana now was flying back to go. He's like, "You want to go with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity. It'd be cool to say that I saw it."
It's true. Right? It's true, man. Now, why didn't you go see it, Eddie?
I was working.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
It's one of those things, like, because when I was driving a tow truck, I was working Monday through Friday. At which point, okay, I'm not gonna get the single day pass because working Friday, I'm not gonna be able to get off work.
How much was the single day pass?
They sold out right away, so I don't even know.
Oh.
Saturday, it's like, cool, I'm off work Saturday, and then Sunday I have plans. It's like, yeah, I'm not dropping like $120 for a 3-day pass, and I can only use 1 day.
Right.
Yeah, I
and
think
you want to see the Misfits, basically. That's it, right?
And we had the show. You weren't a part of PCB at the time, but
no,
we had
I was living in Florida at the time.
We had the show.
Came back for it.
We had the show at the Tree the same night Misfits were playing.
Yeah.
So you just got back home then, Rob?
Yeah, back in November.
Oh, okay. And you guys contacted me originally to plug your show.
Yeah.
At the Forge.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So before I talk the whole thing away, do you guys want to tell us about that show?
We got thrown on just last Thursday.
We're happy to have been thrown on.
Yeah, right on.
Because James works there. Shout out to James. He used to play drums for Diamond Plate.
James who? Last name?
Nicodemus.
Okay.
I think that's how you say it.
names.
But
name dropping.
like he posted something on Facebook saying like, "Hey, is there any punk bands out of Joliet?" And I was like, "Us." And he sent us a message, "Hey, you guys want over for One Eyed Doll and Dowskin at the Forge next Friday?" And we're like,
let's check with the rest of the band.
Yeah. And everyone seemed on board with it, so we're like, "Yeah."
Yeah, that'll be cool, man. It's a stage to play. It's
yeah,
enormous. Now, do you guys get wild and like jump around and like have like theatrics and things?
Originally when we first brought Tom in, I put the guitar down, all that. At first, I'm like, I have not had a guitar not in my hand for like the past 7 years now. What do I do without this?
Yeah,
he was like Ricky Bobby getting interviewed.
I was just gonna say, man.
What do I do with my hands?
But after a few shows, it came back to me to basically just run around, do what I gotta do, interact with the crowd, and so on and so forth. We just got done. We played the Revival party out in Yorkville this year, which we were direct support for our friends Evil Engine. Great band, really great punk band, female fronted, by the way.
Nice.
If you ever get a chance, look them up. And basically, a buddy of ours live streamed the whole set. I still haven't even watched it, but just from the beginning, I'm moving back and forth, like,
Yeah.
There's one photo someone took where it's like, oh, look, a camera, and I did a whole like face, like arms wide,
yeah,
like what's
that was
up?
a great one.
Yeah, why not, man? You got to ham it up a little bit. You're on stage. You gotta put on a show, right?
What about what Jeff from Oblivion Zero said?
Oh, find out the next day that Jeff from Oblivion Zero, another great local band, he basically said that doesn't matter from now on, he never wants to follow us. Well, they were playing Friday night, and it's like, what do you mean by that? Every time you guys play, you always do a 1-up or you change or something like that. It's like, thank you?
Yes. That's the best compliment, man.
Yeah, it is. And where do you guys play most often around here?
Most often, usually we're at Bada Brew
Okay.
in Crest Hill. We've played the Donut a few times. This Friday will be our second time playing the Forge. And then, other than that, we're usually at Damien's Den in Chicago or Porter's Tap out in Indiana.
I've not heard of those. Where was the one in Chicago?
Damien's Den, it's a DIY house venue.
It's basically Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Like the Indiana border is like right down the street.
What is it? Hedgewich Park or whatever, something like that?
I don't know, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Hedwig.
a mile from the border.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And then we've been to Columbus. We've been to Skatopia, which that was fun.
Out in Ohio.
Out in Ohio.
I've heard a lot about that on this show. I think we were talking earlier, and I was saying the The Blues and Corduroys have been on.
Yep.
Corey Moondog Myers with No Horse has been on the show, and they're always talking about that.
Skatopia is a fun place to go. Just know when you go to their Bowl Bash party, it's wild and crazy, but there are people that do disrespect it and everything like that.
Sure. Well, yeah, there's always going to be an asshole.
Yep. But if you go, they're always welcoming people to come hang out, skateboard. If you go there when nothing's going on, it is one of the most scenic and peaceful places you could ever be at.
Oh, so
it's a whole night and day thing.
So is it's not just for the party?
Nope.
It's a full-fledged
No, there's people that live there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it's in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains.
What?
Nice.
Like, it's not far from West Virginia.
Good luck getting signal.
Like, holy cow. That's crazy. So now, do you guys have any shows coming up in any of those places around here?
We have the show at the Forge on Friday, which we actually have tickets for. They're $10 a piece. We're opening it. We go on at 7:30. And then we're playing next Saturday at Bada Brew, which is a benefit show against domestic abuse.
Oh, that's cool. How do people get the tickets from you guys? Are you selling them on your website or anything like that?
You can basically just message our band page and, like...
We'll deliver.
Yeah, we'll deliver. As long as you don't live in, like, Indianapolis or something.
But, yeah, if you need a ticket from us, if you'd like to buy one, we appreciate it. Best way to get a hold of us is either contact us via Facebook. We have Instagram. We have Twitter, even though we don't really know how to use Twitter.
Twitter is strange, man. I'm not
Yeah.
sure I dig it too much.
All the young kids are on Twitter now.
Is it really?
That's what one of my younger clients told me. It's like,
And then we actually have a PayPal set up, so if, it's not possible to meet up with you, we can leave your tickets at will call and everything like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Can you do your albums the same way too then, PayPal?
Yeah, we gotta get it set up on our website. Like, so we have a merch store up on our website, but it's not fully set up yet.
I see.
Because like we want to put because the album's up there, but the thing is like it's not set up to process payment, so you can't really actually buy it. We want to put up our like T-shirts and stickers on the website too.
Sure. So I'm assuming you'll have the albums for sale at the show on Friday.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll have all the merch. Stickers, pins, shirts,
And
albums.
did I hear you mention earlier that you said you were going to be taking one of your friends' band on tour?
Possibly.
We've been talking about it. We haven't set anything up, but Evil Engine has said they are interested in going with us. In regards to fully set up, what towns are we looking to do, Rob? Because you have all that memorized.
Indianapolis, Louisville, Columbus, Pittsburgh, Grand Rapids, Madison, and then finish at Revival next year.
That's what the plan is.
That's what we're hoping. But nothing's confirmed, nothing's set in stone. Like, we haven't even booked anything yet, but I've been talking to booking agents and everything and looking, and we know local bands in each city.
Is that from all your traveling? Is it how you met everybody, or
Actually,
most of those cities, like, he knows people.
really?
let's see. Quick shouts. Louisville, Kentucky, we have the God Awfuls, which they've actually been out here before. We met them at Skatopia Bowl Bash when we played. Trigger Happy, who we also met at Bowl Bash, which they're from Butler, Pennsylvania.
Outside Pittsburgh.
Sure.
Anti-Ghost is from Michigan area, which we just had them down for a house show back in June. Madison, Wisconsin, we really don't know any bands up there, but we do have a few contacts, which I just got to remember who they were.
So this is all just shaking hands, meeting people.
Pretty much.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
We've had Trigger Happy out here. God Awfuls have been out here. Anti-Ghost. Joey 74 out of Columbus, Ohio. They're usually our go-to guys.
So now, have you been doing tours this whole time? Would this be your first tour?
No, this will be the
It'd
first
be the
one.
first tour.
That's pretty exciting.
Like, we were originally going to do 2 weeks and go down to Florida and then back up the East Coast and come over that way. But
Doing math for days off that we'd still get paid for at work and all that. It's like, yeah, we need to make sure we come back and at least have a paycheck coming.
yeah.
they don't have the luxury that I have where I can take as much time off as I want.
Oh, really?
You still don't have a paycheck coming, though.
Yeah,
No.
you're not gonna get in trouble though either.
No.
Now, how old are you guys? I've never met you guys in my entire life. You reached out to me on Facebook. How old are you? How long have you been doing this? You said 10 years.
who the fuck are you guys?
Well, I just turned 27 last Tuesday.
Now
Oh, hey, happy birthday!
Thank you.
I'll be 28 in December.
Okay, all right.
So.
But yeah, you still can't lose your job though.
No.
So now, do you guys have a van?
We're in the market for one, and I found one, but I'm just trying to get together the down payment.
Sure. Yes, the money part of all that stuff.
Yeah.
So now, how do you go about organizing your own tour, what steps do you have to go through and what bases do you need to have covered?
Well, right now we haven't, as Rob said, we haven't fully booked anything. We were going to wait towards more the winter months to set the word out to our friends and our contacts in the other states and be like, hey, we're planning this for end of next summer, end of next August into September area, just let us know what you can find. And then once May comes, we'll have a better view of the finances and everything like that. So then it's like, can we actually do this or do we need to postpone it a little bit?
Sure.
So financially, that's the biggest thing that needs to be that and all that. And then making sure that the venues we're playing or who we're playing with, they're all completely set in stone. And if anything happens, it can be bounced back from and so forth.
Sure. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works in the punk scene. I know a guy I play with, we usually do 4-hour nights. We'll be the entertainment for the entire night, Do you guys have contracts? Do you have guarantees? Is it just ticket sales at the door?
It's not.
That's why we're kind of shopping around for management to help us with the whole guaranteed thing. But with it being our first tour and we're not sure how we're going to draw in some of these cities, we're probably going to go with a door deal.
Sure.
We get a certain percentage of the door.
That's tough stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's hardcore right there.
Yeah.
So now, do you have any kind of promotional push that you have planned out, maybe to get your music out there? Have you been talking to local radio stations, or do you guys CD swap? How does that kind of thing
Well,
work?
there's one agency that started talking with us, and I don't really want to say who it is yet, since it's not we haven't started with them yet.
Sure.
But
That'll be taken care of this weekend.
Yeah,
though.
but that should be announced within the next week, and they have a bunch of promotional push and all that to countries all over the world and everything, and
Wow.
they have bands that they've started working with that from there ended up getting signed and everything.
That's nice.
And then
So we'll see how that goes.
we also have our buddy KJ at 88.7, which he can't play many of our songs because 95% of them, they're not FCC okayed.
Right.
I'll make you guys some studio edits.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
I love that radio station, man. They do some cool stuff.
Mhm.
It's one of the only ones you can listen to where you might hear an old blues jazz song actually I've heard on there, and then you're gonna hear metal, and then you can hear indie rock stuff. It's all in 20 minutes you can hear that variety.
Yeah.
And they're cool too because they always talk about all the events and shows going on around here. I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's nice because there's just a lot of local radio stations all over the country where it's always you turn on the rock station and in a new city, and you always hear yeah.
That's the truth, though. It's the truth. That's
Were
why.
you just mocking Collective Soul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was joining him, Dave. Dave.
I like Collective Soul, just throwing that out there.
I was gonna say Collective Soul is.
We have a split room, folks.
Well, I've always had this thing.
No, I
about
wouldn't say
Collective
nothing
Soul.
bad about them. I'm just saying
It's always the same thing.
we all know that song.
Right,
Play
yeah.
something new.
Yeah.
Especially from the local artists in your
Yeah,
area.
exactly.
So, my brain just turned off.
I like Collective Soul.
They were. I saw
could
them.
never
I
do
saw them years ago at Wisconsin State Fair. One hell of a show they put on. I was actually with my mom, my brothers, and my grandma.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And that's the range that they touch, right?
Well, this was 10, 15 years ago, but yeah, my grandma has actually been to a few of our shows, and we discovered at one that she likes rum chata.
She told the bartender just leave the bottle.
Yeah.
Did he?
The bartender left the bottle, and basically all of our friends were like, yeah, we don't want to drink with your grandma anymore.
Why not? We're all going to be old someday, damn it.
Because our grandma would put everyone under the table.
And she also is a shit talker.
Yes, she is. When she gets drunk, she will talk shit.
Gets a little rough, you're saying then.
Yeah.
Time to walk away. So now you guys have been doing this for a while, and you're gearing up to go on tour and try and do all these new things.
Mhm.
So does that mean this is a lineup of your band that you really dig? Everyone's
Yeah.
getting along, and there's no...
Yeah.
Well, every lineup of the band, it's actually, they've always worked out and they've always mashed very well, and we're able to come up with stuff and write. This lineup, just like the last lineup, it was solid. Everything, it's just adulting. Our former drummer had medical issues going on at the time, and then our last bassist got a promotion at work and so on and so forth. So adulting does get in the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Life happens. That's
Yes,
my
it
phrase.
does.
Life
Yeah.
happens.
Well, sirs, music is life.
Yes, it is.
Art reflects life. And those are the chimes signaling the end of the interview portion of our interview. Do you guys have a second song for us? What you got?
Run your mouth a thousand before, and now it's time to settle. It's gonna leak us you now. Let it all fall down. There's just no time for redemption, and that's out of the question. Right about now. Let it all fall down. Man up, you little bitch. Man up to what you did. So tired of your shit. Now it's time to get hit. Man up, you little bitch. Man up to what you did. So tired of your shit. Now it's time to get hit. So now you come and realize you missed your only chance. Say goodbye, but now you can figure it out. There's just no time for redemption, and that's all the question. Right about now. Let them all down. Man up, you little bitch. Man up to what you did. So tired of your shit. Now it's time to get hit. Man up, you little bitch. Man up to what you did. So tired of your shit. Now it's time to get hit. Man up, you little bitch! Man up for what you did! So tired of your shit, now it's time to get hit! Man up, you little bitch! Man up for what you did! So tired of your shit, now it's time to get hit!
Dope.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Hey, I think it was really great that you guys reached out to us and contacted us to do this.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for getting us on last minute.
Yeah, sure. And we'll get this out as soon as we can. It's Monday right now, folks. The timer is set when this episode, number 29, will come out.
Probably Tuesday it'll be airing, so it's probably Tuesday right now.
It's probably Tuesday.
Brian Motel.
It's probably really nice outside, too. Yeah, Brian Motel. It is Tuesday. I hope your commute home is fantastic.
Amongst our many listeners, he's the one that tells me that he looks for every episode.
Nice.
And he'll call me as soon as it comes out and like nitpick like little things like, I don't know why you always do this. You should try doing this. Which we appreciate, usually take his advice.
I should get better playing acoustic and singing.
I thought it was cool, man. I mean, we appreciate you doing the effort and, kind of doing something outside of your guys' norm to get on the show. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the funny part is, in the past, I've always joked about, recording songs acoustically and releasing them, and usually I just never get around to doing it. So there you go, everyone. There's two.
There's two. Done. And, I also want to throw out there, anyone else listening, if there's any event that you're doing in downtown Joliet, or if you're in a band, or if you're an artist, or if you're a chef or a brewer, please contact us. We would love to have you on the show and just talk about all the things that are happening in our town. We love this place. We love all these people doing the things they do. I eat here every damn day. I find something to do. I love it out here. So we want to get rolling. And please give us your thoughts. Tell us who you'd like to have on the show next.
Evil Engine.
Hey, man, tell them to give us a call.
Will do.
Yeah.
At this time, I'd like to thank Mr. Dave Francis.
You're welcome, guy.
Always working and doing all this crazy stuff for me.
All kinds of crazy things.
Yep.
Like a couple of kids.
Dave sometimes wants to choke me out, but he actually does.
Only in my dreams.
I appreciate that Dave never actually beats the shit out of me. And also, we want to thank Bill Aldrich for letting us come up here week after week. And
he's the man.
And of course, Mike and Kathy Trisna downstairs at Chicago Street Pub, our favorite place to see live music. This has been What's Going Down in Downtown J-Town.
Speaking of Brian Motel.
Brian, thanks for the outro, buddy.